Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video. So summertime I usually spend doing outside work and random outside jobs. Um, so I figured for my first video, why not let you guys tag along and see what I do. Um, so today we will be striping a parking lot, and I will be using the striping machine with rustoleum paint. I'll show you how the process goes, kinda. So sit back and enjoy. So the first thing I did was try to sweep up as much of the little pebbles and rocks and dead grass, that kind of stuff gets stuck in the cracks. It's kind of hard to get everything, but usually once gets everything. Alright, so what I do is take this thing right here, the striping machine made by Rustoleum, and I just center up the red arrow right there in the front. Try to get it in the center of the white line the best as I can. And so I didn't have to measure out these lines because the old lines are still here, so I'm just going over the old lines. Usually I think people measure this stuff out. Just try to keep the the same speed, the same pace, so you can get kind of a good line going. Not too fast, not too slow. Boom. Not too bad. No, it's not quite as wide as the old line. It's close, but not too bad though. Usually the one time that I go over the line is usually good enough. Occasionally I'll have to do a second coat, but let's try another line. Try to get it in the middle the best you can. And when you squeeze the trigger, I usually kind of like try to start moving so that way the paint doesn't pull up. So start moving and you get to your spot, hit the trigger. too bad. We'll do these inside lines, and then we'll be done with this part. Nice and steady. Boom. And sometimes you can make the lines thinner and thicker by adjusting these little wing nuts here. Mine's almost high as it'll go. But anyways, so sometimes if I want to make the line a little bit thicker, what I do is I'll just take my striping machine, and then I'll go to the very edge of that line with the red arrow right there on the front. I'll get right there on the very edge of that line, and then I'll stripe it again, and it makes the line, I don't know, about twice as thick. You know what I mean? About twice as thick. But I think that one's okay for now. So I'm not going to do that, but just giving you a little heads up of what I kind of do sometimes. Is maybe your height's maxed out and the line's still not thick enough. You can try that way also. But I have to say the striping machine it's really easy to use. I would say the only difficulty that I have sometimes is getting the spray to paint the spray. But I'll show you how to get that in a second. If it happens to you, almost out of paint. Anyway, so sometimes usually the only problems that I have with the striping machines is sometimes when you squeeze the trigger, the paint don't want to come out. So I've found that sometimes if you don't shake the paint up good enough, sometimes it don't spray out the best. But or sometimes when I'll get a new can of spray paint, I'll shake it up, and then I'll give it a little squirt, get it started. But sometimes if the paint won't spray, it's this little wire right here. It's pretty much at the maximum setting. So what that does is it controls like the tension or the strength of how hard these little thing pulls up right here. So you can control the strength of that. So what I had to do for this one is pretty much all the way screwed out. That's at the very lip of it. So that's what I had to do to get it to pretty much spray every time, because I found myself having to mess with it almost every time I changed the spray can. So if it happens to you, that might be the problem. So that's a little example of how I spend my summer. Let's give you a final picture of what it looks like. I ran out of paint up there at the top, but not too bad for a beginner anyways. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like or comment, subscribe please. So I'll see you again later.